Good day. I think it's time for a trip update as we have moved on from Thailand. We are now in Cambodia. That's right. Cambodia is the Kingdom of Wonder. So we left the Kingdom of Smiles to the Kingdom of Wonder. Just next door was a short flight from Bangkok to Phnom Penh. That's where we are right now. I'm on the balcony of our condo. We're on the 15th floor and we're going to be here for about a month. And this is country number 19 since we left Canada in June. This is video almost 100 since June. So we've been, moving along quite a bit and documenting it this way through these videos. And I appreciate everyone who's watched. So cheers to you. Thank you. So what's next in the adventure? So we've got a few things that we're going to, places we're going to visit here in Cambodia, just local landmarks. As you know, or you may not know, the purpose of this trip was to kind of like mingle with the locals, get to know what it's like to live in these countries. That's why we've stayed in a few places a little bit longer than others. And so far, we've really enjoyed South Asia. We've been here since November, actually. So we were in Malaysia, Thailand, and Sri Lanka. And now we're in Cambodia. So we still have another handful of countries before we return to Canada, and that will be in late June. So we've got about 3 months left, just over 3 months, roughly 3 months, you could say. And then life goes back to, right, I gotta work, Aaron's gotta work, the kids have got the summer off, then they go to school. So that'll be it for this year-long adventure. So as for us, we're doing great. This has been just life-changing for all of us. We have a deeper perspective of what the world is like outside of Canada. We have a better appreciation of all these countries and the people in them. We have a better understanding of Canada, which was something that was really great that came out of this. So we've got a lot to report when we get back to Canada. And yeah, I've been thinking about all this quite a bit because being on the road, your normal day-to-day life has been put on pause. Now that being said, you still have to deal with your affairs, whatever country you're from, so don't forget that. If you're thinking about following in our footsteps and doing a long trip, because at this point we've had a lot of feedback from comments on the YouTube video and just people we know on social media saying, wow, this is really incredible what you've done, it's inspiring, so on and so forth. They're very flattering, so thank you all for these compliments. And I'll tell you, I would do this again. 9 months in, are we tired? That's a common question. Sure, it's tiring, right? You take days off, though. When you're on vacation for a year, it's not the same as a week vacation where you're like, go, fitting it in. You wouldn't travel to another country and lay around on the bed and watch Netflix for 2 days. Not that we've done that, but we have taken days off. It's needed so you can rest, reset, and then carry on to wherever. So other question we've been asked quite a few times is food. How are we handling the food? How are the kids handling the food, right? That's a big one. So we've been eating the local cuisine on purpose. And it's been absolutely fabulous, actually. We've eaten some things I've never eaten before. I found some new foods I'm totally in love with and can't wait to make on my own in my own kitchen. So that's been really great, and we're not going to stop. We're still seeking out places. Now, that being said, let's be very clear about this. There are times where you're forced to kind of just eat what's around you. So have we tried some of the North American fast foods? Absolutely. We've also tried local fast foods. Sometimes you're in that situation. Can you eat the same thing all the time? No, so you gotta mix it up, right? Like I said, it's not a typical vacation per se. In a lot of ways, though, we've actually lived in these countries, especially like ones that we've stayed for a month or more. So that's another way to look at it. So it's difficult if you haven't been away for a year and you've been skipping between countries to kind of, put your finger on what's it like. So it is like that. You're kind of, going to grocery stores, one of my favorite things to do, replacing t-shirts, getting like basic essentials that everyone needs, toothpaste and so forth. You got to replace all these things. You find out what's really precious, what's needed. So when we return to Canada, I'm going to do a series of videos that will outline first the cost of everything, what we think of a lot of the countries too, and just a spoiler on that, not one of them has been terrible. No, no. Every one of them has pluses and minuses, so that's just it. And what's a plus to you is not the plus to me always, right? So we'll be doing that. I'm going to go back and look at all of the equipment and the way I packed my bags. I'll do some videos on that so you can see what I thought I was right before we left and what ended up being right. So there's a lot of like kind of clarification at the end, but the big thing is how much did this cost, right? A lot of people are like, no way, I couldn't afford it. You know, that's another comment, like, where are you getting this money from? It's not really as expensive as you think. First of all, we're from Canada, right? So Canada's expensive. There's only a handful of countries that are actually as expensive as Canada. So most of the places we've been have been less expensive. And when you're eating like a local and you're not like, look, I'm Canadian, I gotta have my poutine and back bacon, then you're gonna be paying a lot of money and it's ridiculous. No. We've been eating like exactly what the locals almost all the time. And it's been perfect, right? You just find some little shop or restaurant off the side, off the main streets, and you can get yourself something that everyone else is eating. And when you see a long lineup, I avoid them in Canada, but you know what? That's when you know the food is good. So we've been seeking those out and trying all kinds of things. And you can see some of this in the previous videos. So all in all, this has been absolutely just incredible. The whole departure from Canada, the learning experience. So I would do this again and again and again. And hey, maybe we will. But for now, that's it for the trip update. I really appreciate the viewership. Thanks for watching. Lots to come. Actually, one more note. The internet is hit and miss. So if you're like, where's his videos? It's because the internet's not good. So right now, Cambodia, not so good. But the videos are coming and there'll be lots of content to come. So thanks again. Peace. Take care, everyone. See you in the next video.